Hello my dear students, welcome to part 3 video of chapter 2 microorganism class 8. In the earlier two parts we have already discussed the various types of microorganisms, where are they found and the unique characteristics of the viruses. Then in the part 2 video we have discussed that microorganisms, they are very useful to us and we consider them as our friends in the food industry, in preparation of alcoholic beverages, in sewage treatment, in cleaning the environment, and very useful in the human health, in agriculture, in energy and fuel production. Now in the part 3 video we will be discussing the role of microorganism as our foes. Foes means as our enemies. So there are three terms which are very important before starting with this topic further. All those microorganisms which can cause diseases, these are called the pathogens. So what are pathogens? Pathogens are the disease causing microorganisms. That means all those microorganisms which are harmful to us. Then the toxins. Toxins are the poisonous substances which are released by these microorganisms in our body. So the harmful materials or the poisonous substances which are released into our body by these pathogens or disease causing microorganisms are called toxins. And the diseases which can be spread from one infected person to a healthy person are called communicable diseases. We are very familiar with this term because in this period of lockdown we are staying inside because we are in a state of pandemic because of the COVID-19. That is also a communicable disease that is spread from an infected person to a healthy person. The spread of the communicable diseases can be from one person to another through water, air, food, physical contact and many other transmitting agents. So the communicable diseases, they spread from an infected person to a healthy person. In this table we can have the example, we can see the example of some diseases which are caused by bacteria, fungi, viruses and protozoan. Bacteria can cause tuberculosis, diphtheria, cholera, tetanus, typhoid. Viruses, obviously the COVID-19 or the common cold, influenza, mumps, polio, chickenpox and AIDS. Fungi, ringworm and athlete's foot. Protozoans, malaria, amoebic dysentery and sleeping sickness. In this next table, we can have the information about the various modes of transmission and the related diseases which can be spread through those transmitting modes of, like air. Through air, by the actions like sneezing and coughing, the diseases can be spread as tuberculosis, common cold, influenza, swine flu and COVID-19. Water, that means if we drink the contaminated water, it can spread the typhoid, amoebic dysentery, cholera. Through soil, like if we consume the food item that is not cleaned properly or not washed, or through wounds, then we can have the disease called tetanus. That is why the doctors, they prescribe us to have the tetanus injection whenever we have any injury. Through animals also, the diseases can be spread by their direct contact, like if they bite us, or through by licking also. So that means the animals can be the vectors to spread the diseases, like rabies, which is spread by the rabid dog which is already infected by the rabies, and malaria, which is caused by the bite of the mosquito. So this was the table which was showing us the modes of various modes of transmission and the related diseases. In this next table we can have the various methods of prevention by which we can prevent ourselves for some particular diseases, like through vaccination. When a child is born, then the child is given certain vaccines so that the child is prevented with some diseases. Like for tuberculosis, the BCG vaccine is given. For polio and tetanus, the DPT vaccine is given, which is a triple vaccine for diphtheria, for pertussis and tetanus. Polio, we have the polio drops. Mumps also, the vaccination is available. For malaria and dengue, because it is spread through the mosquito bite, so we can have the prevention by using the mosquito nets, mosquito repellents, and controlling the mosquito population by not allowing any water to be stagnant during the rainy season. That's why the government personnel always comes to our house during rainy season to check whether there is stagnant water collected somewhere or not, because that is the breeding ground for the mosquitoes. The cholera can be prevented by the proper disposal of the waste and if we use the disinfected water. The ringworm and the athlete foots can be prevented by maintaining a good personal hygiene. That means if we will take care about the personal hygiene, if we bath daily properly, then we can prevent the diseases like ringworm and athlete's foot. These diseases which are caused by the microorganism, they not only occur in humans but they also occurs in animals as well as plants. In this next table, we can have the few examples of the diseases which are caused in animals by the microorganisms. Like the bacteria, they can cause anthrax and tuberculosis, anthrax in cattle and tuberculosis in cattle and poultry. Then the viral infections in the animal is foot and mouth diseases in cattle, rabies in dogs and monkeys, and the canine distemper again in dogs. The fungal infection which can be caused, or the disease which can be caused by the fungi in animal, is the ringworm and aspergillus. Ringworm in cattle and poultry and aspergillosis in the poultry. So these are the various diseases which are caused in various animals by the microorganism. In this next table, in the picture also we can see that there are diseases which are caused in plants by the microorganism. The viral infection in the picture shown is the tobacco mosaic virus, which is the appearance of uneven spots and discoloration of the leaves, which happens in tobacco mosaic virus, which is caused by the virus. Citrus canker is caused by bacteria, which is lesions on the leaves as we can see, and stems and fruit with the raised brown and water soaked margins. The fungal infection caused in the plants is rust of wheat and smut of rice. Rust of wheat, in this the wheat plant show rust colored orange patches on the infected plant parts, and in smut of rice we can see the smut balls in the grains that become greenish black and then they burst and infect the other grains also. The last is also the fungal disease which is called the red rot of sugarcane. This happens in sugarcane, which is the appearance of dull red color which is interrupted by occasional whitish patches across the stalk or elongated red lesions on the midribs of the leaves. So these were the various diseases which are caused in the plants by the various microorganisms. In the next last part of the video, in the part 4, we will be discussing about food poisoning and their prevention or the food preservation method. Till then, happy learning.